What's up all you gamers? If you'd like to see a build that I've put together that I'm going to call the laser because it's so accurate and so stable, then stay tuned. That's coming up next.
Pew, 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 pew. Pew, 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 pew. Whee.
Welcome back all you guys and girls. Yeah, so like I was saying, there was a new gun in the guild shop today, so I thought I'd give it a whirl. And I'm really impressed. Have a little look. Look at the numbers that are coming up with that crit. Now this is an LMG. For an LMG, that's pretty stable. Stable enough to get headshots at close range. Stable enough to hit body shots near enough centre point at close range. And it does a fair amount of damage, single target. Really, really nice. So if I show you the numbers again, and this isn't completely optimised yet, so you can definitely get a better build than myself. But one thing I really love as well, the reload. It seems so fast. So let's just have a little look and see what the headshot was. $716, and I forget the rest. So say 720,000 a headshot for a crit. And the build's not fully optimized, and this hits like a truck, and you're always going to hit with it. It's good. It's really nice. If you want a big single target gun and you like LMGs, pick this. Right, so without further ado, obviously it's going to be a gunner build. So that's what you're going to chuck on as your main. And then, like I said, if you're looking at this pretty much when I've brought it out, which is July the 17th, then there's a new gun in the guild shop called the New Reliable. Now, I've chucked on critical hit chance instead of damage to armor, just because I wanted a bit more crit to see how it was working. But if you have a look at the talents, perfectly optimised, plus 30% weapon handling. If you're anything like me, it's not giving you extra damage, so you usually throw it straight in the bin. Don't. It's an LMG. These things absolutely suck with accuracy most times. Good for like spray and pray, but for hitting every single shot, not so much. Not unless you put a lot of effort into sorting out some kind of braced perk or something. But this is really nice. So it's got 15% LMG damage, so it's maxed there. 10% damage to target out of cover, not too bad. And the critical hit chance I've chucked on, and as you can see, that's not perfect either. But it's still really good. And as you saw, it was hitting around 720,000 for a headshot on a crit. So we've chucked on the mask, which everyone loves, the Coyote's mask, and I've got quite a good one there, not going to lie. Obviously you already probably know about the talents and such, but you'll pretty much be doing the 0 to 15 or 15 to 25. So 10% critical hit damage and 10% critical hit chance will be your pretty much creme de la creme, normal most of the time getting that. So you get the extra 10% critical hit. So you don't want anything over 40, maybe 50 crit if you can get it. But I'm not 100% sure if it's still happening, but when I used to play this a little while back, anything over 60 counted as going downwards. So if it is still like that, you definitely don't want anything over 50. And obviously you get 25% critical hit damage, 0 to 15. You will always be within them two. I doubt very much whether you'll be hitting the 25 meter plus. And just over here, what I've got on I like to put a little bit more weapon damage on, so I've got the Walker and Harris Company backpack. It's not got bad. It's got good weapon damage, headshot, and 2 crit hit chance and crit hit damage. That's pretty ideal, to be perfectly honest. If I could, I'd probably take off the headshot damage and put it to more crit hit chance or crit hit damage if I felt like it at the time. I really like the talent on it, Vigilance, 25% extra damage. Just don't get hit. If you do get hit for 4 seconds, you haven't got it. No biggie. I think that's one of the best ones you can have on it. Obviously, you've seen the mask already. And then we've got the 4-piece that no one tends to use, because most of the time it's pretty awful. No point lying to you, it's not the best 4-piece in the game, but it seems to work really well with this set. All you've got to make sure is that you're not completely holding down the trigger and missing loads and loads of bullets after the person's dead. So just as soon as they die, let go. Obviously the chest is this one just here. Increases max stacks for Striker's Gamble from 50 to 100. So basically, if you're hitting the same target, so say for example those big yellow barred guys who stand around throwing grenades at you and instant kill you, or they've got the minigun, it's really good against those guys. And obviously the whole of the set is the 15% weapon handling, which goes towards helping this again with its absolute laser point accuracy, 15% rate of fire, and Striker's Gamble. Weapon hits amplify total weapon damage by 0.5, and like we said, it goes up to 100 now. And here we have 3 more pieces of the same thing, just so that we get the set bonus. And again, as you saw, weapon damage, not bad, not great. Hazard protection, you do not want that on it. Get rid of that, get crit hit or crit damage. Over here, nice weapon damage, weapon handling. I actually like weapon handling on this, just because I'm going for a laser build. If you think you're fine without it, get rid, crit damage again, or crit hit, completely your choice. And over here, weapon damage and skill haste, which of course you don't want. Get rid and put on crit hit or crit damage again. Obviously, if you think you're going to be landing complete headshots all the time, go for it, because this thing is a laser pointer, and if you're in the right group, you very possibly could do. It is still an LMG in my books. I go for crit damage and pretty much crit hit, but if you wanted to change it, go with what you're best at. But yeah, as a little backup, I put on the Mantis, and that's just if no one's looking at you. Basically pop them in the head from a distance if you need to, but 90% of the time you will be using this one right here. For the handgun, do whatever you want. I have never switched to it, so it's completely up to you. I think this is a really nice build if you're just aiming for single target Modan. So for example, if there's one person who comes out and you want to mow him down, you're on that guy. And 2 good ways to do that is to have this set up here, because these 2 kind of act as distractions and they always give you a bit of extra damage, and that's obviously the striker drone and this one right here, the assault turret. If you didn't want that, you could just chuck something else out. Either, I would probably say possibly a trap if you wanted to just keep them in place for a little while, but obviously you haven't got that much text, so it won't last that long and it won't be the best spread. Either that, or maybe a decoy just to make sure you're not getting shot at. Alright guys and girls, I'm going to leave you with a little bit of gameplay and you can work out whether or not you like this build. Like I said, I think it's quite a fun build, it's quite nice to use, and it seems to be viable. As always guys and girls, take care and I'll see you on the next day.
To release the prisoners to keep the true sons busy. We'll be looking for some kind of security terminal. It says the security terminal should be somewhere nearby.